All right, welcome to another video. So I've been talking during the quarantine about getting your steps up. I feel like getting your steps up and making sure you're moving more on a day-to-day basis is probably one of the most underrated factors when it comes to fat loss or just trying to maintain a healthy, active lifestyle. It's often overlooked. So I'm going to bring up a chart that's going to illustrate why I bring this up so often. Okay? All right. This graph over here is going to represent your total daily energy expenditure, or your TDEE. So that means just calories out. How many calories you burn and what percentage it's allocated to. If you look at the biggest chunk, this is your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. This represents the amount of calories you burn if you were just to lay still and not move throughout the day. So pretty much the cost to keep the lights on. Then we have NEAT, which is our non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is a fancy way of saying unplanned exercise. So how much you move from day to day, how much you fidget, how much you walk around. This is going to represent your NEAT. Next, we have EAT, our exercise activity thermogenesis. Then last, we have the thermic effect of feeding, which is how many calories your body uses to digest food. Okay. Why am I showing you this? The reason why I'm showing you this is because your NEAT is bigger than your EAT. Okay? What does that mean? What does it mean? Should have just fallen over in my house, you know? So what this graph shows is that you really don't burn that many of your calories through exercise. And instead, what you burn more calories doing is your daily activity, how many steps you get in, how much walking you're doing, how much, chores you're doing around the house. All that goes into your NEAT. Getting your workouts in is very important. But keeping moving and active throughout the day is going to be a lot bigger bang for your buck than most people think. So get your steps up and stay active throughout the day. If you're looking to start a fat loss plan or put yourself in a position where you can start trying to lose some weight, you should be focusing on two things initially. The first thing you should be doing is looking at your nutrition, seeing where you need to be at, right? Quality food, calorie intake, yada, yada, yada. The second thing is definitely increasing your daily activity. That doesn't mean exercise more. That means just get moving from a day-to-day standpoint. Most people average around 3,000 steps a day, and that's simply just not enough. You should be moving more. Talking about how people look at exercise as a whole, they need to understand that when you go to train or when you go to exercise, there should be a purpose rather than you just to burn calories, because simply it is just not effective for that. So when you go train, you should be thinking about getting stronger. How can I beat my numbers from last time? If you go for a run, how can I increase the miles that I ran the week before? Or how can I get faster in the times that I run? Little things like that will allow you to get more satisfaction in your training and not be bored all the time. If you just go to the gym just to hop on the treadmill for 40 minutes just so you need to burn calories, you're better off just, going for nice walks from a day-to-day standpoint. Make time for your daily activity. Program it in. Just get moving more. The other thing too is your workouts only last 1 to 2 hours a day. So you still need to make up for the rest of the day that you're moving around. As you know, one of my good friends and clients, David So, he lost a lot of weight in around 2018. So what he would do was he would train in the morning with me. We'd do some kickboxing for maybe an hour and a half, but not that long. Then he would, go on these long walks and get his steps up. And he was able to lose almost 60 pounds. He was being consistent. He found something he liked and he would stick to it. When he came to train, he would focus on training and getting better at kickboxing and the sport. But throughout the day, he was also taking care of his nutrition and making sure that he was in a calorie deficit, all while making sure he was on top of getting his steps up. And when he would tell people how he lost the weight, they would all look at him like he was crazy. You lost all this weight from you just walking? And yeah, it was. He did a lot of walking. He might have went a little overboard, but for the most part, he was able to apply these principles to his own life and it worked for him. Something that he enjoyed, that he liked doing. Putting on podcasts, walking around, and he was able to lose a considerable amount of weight. So when people ask, how did you lose all this weight from just walking? This is exactly why. And this graph is the exact representation of how that was put into practice and how that actually even works. So if you're doubting it, watch your fucking mouth, all right? This is how it happened. No, but this is how you put these principles into practice. That's all it is. It's never just one thing that got you to lose weight. It's usually an accumulation of all these different factors. But getting your activity up and taking care of your calories is a good place to start for anybody. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope that helped. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. There's a fucking drag race outside my house. Fuck, dude. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.